Hello and welcome. We're going to go ahead and start in child's pose. Make yourself comfortable and let your hips start to sink pretty immediately. Move your attention into your body. Become sensitive to it and start to enhance this connectivity to feeling. And start to slow your breathing and feel your breathing. Expanding through the back body. Slowing down your exhalation. Just taking a couple more breaths here. Find a good sense of rhythm on your breathing. And then let's carry that up into cat-cow. So finding tabletop position, hands and knees. As you inhale, press your belly down towards the floor, and as you exhale, arch and raise up through your spine. Find one breath to one movement. Find rhythm over depth of movement. Final round before you make your way all the way down onto the floor, laying flat on the belly. Move into rolling cobra. As you inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, lower the chest straight back down. Find one breath to one movement. Inhale up and exhale down. Make sure the legs are quite straight, quite strong. Feel firmness in your thighs, your toes, your ankles, your calves and your glutes. I'll take just one more round. And gently pushing back into tabletop before you come up into downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting up the hips, and just making a little bit of movement through that down dog. Pedaling out the legs and adjusting slowly. From there, slowly walk your hands backwards into a gentle forward fold, really soft through the knees, really loose through the neck. Let your spine just sort of hang. Let your head be heavy. A little bit of movement side to side might be nice, a little sway and bending and straightening through one leg and then the other. Just another breath or two here. And then gently roll up your spine, reach the arms up towards the sky. Little back bend and cactus your elbows, flare your arms out to the side before you catch your hands behind your lower back. Interlace and nothing more, lifting up the chest, just a little bit of a back bend. Belly comes in, and then once again raise up the arms, catch opposite elbows above your head, a little lean to the left into a side bend. Inhale to lift up the chest again, through center and onto the other side of that little side bend. Last round. Inhale, back up through center, raise up your arms again, and once again interlace the hands behind the lower back before coming into a forward fold. Bend your knees and let the hands come up over the head. Soften your neck and 2 or 3 breaths here. Last one, and release the hands to the floor before you walk them out into plank position. Lower your knees and lower your whole body down until you're flat. Again, cobra. Inhale to lift up the chest. Exhale to lower your back down. Find rhythm. Find a nice, gentle application of pressure. Last round. And then pushing back through tabletop and coming up into downward facing dog. Pretty immediately walking the feet forwards towards your hands into a forward fold at the top of the mat. As you get there, roll up the spine all the way through to standing, reach up and stretch up nice and high, nice and tall. And then go ahead and bring the right hand by the right hip. Left hand reaches up and over the head into a big side bend. One breath. Inhale, back up through to center, left hand down, right hand reaches over. Inhale. Back up through to center. Again, cactus the elbows, bring them out by the side, lift the chest before you go ahead and then fold once again, soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale and step your left foot back, lower the knee to the floor, low lunge, arms up, big breath in. Take a moment and eagle wrap your right arm underneath the left one. Try and lift the elbows and take it into a little bit of a back bend. Lift the chest, maybe the gaze goes up before you immediately curl the elbows in towards your ribs. Exhale. The inhale lifts the chest up again. Exhale to curl the elbows in. This time, unwrap your arms, reach up nice and high, and again, cactus the elbows, bring them out by the side, lift the chest, bring the arms out by the side, palms up like you're opening your wings, and then gently release. Runner's lunge now. Pick up the back knee and puff the chest forward on fingertips before you exhale and straighten through the front leg into pyramid. A twist now. As you bend the front knee, raise the right hand up, circular movement through the shoulder, and then exhale, bring that hand down, back into pyramid. Another one of these. Inhale, twist and lunge. Exhale, fold, straighten the leg, hand down. This time, as you take the twist again, circle the arm backwards, all the way down towards the floor. Place the hand down and find three-legged dog, front foot lifting up and out. Bend the knee initially and then kick the leg nice and strong. Exhale, knee to your nose, pull the shoulders forward. Inhale, lift the leg up. And exhale to step to lizard lunge. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Just make this a really playful, really gentle entry into lizard lunge. Last breath before you step up into a squat. Left foot outside your left hand. Nice and tall through the chest. One breath there. And then bring your arms forwards as best as you can. Try and lower the hips onto the floor. It might be a little tricky. Maybe hands behind you might help, but lower down onto the floor. Lay down onto the back and hug the knees in. A brief stop in happy baby. Grab the outer blades of the feet. Take a moment, just one, and then into rolling bridge. Feet on the floor, hip width apart. Inhale, lift the hips up, and exhale to bring the hips down. One breath, one movement. The inhale brings them up, the exhale brings them down. Last round. Knees to chest once again. Rock your way up to the squat again. Do your best with it. Maybe it takes a couple of rocks, but the squat once again. Do your best with that. One breath there in this squat before the hands come down. Step back to plank position. Lower your knees and lower the whole body down until you're flat. Rolling cobra. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. A couple more of these. Strong legs. Fluid spine. Last one. And as the chest comes down, push your way back through tabletop or up through plank and into down dog. Go ahead and walk towards the top of the mat from there and halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, stand tall, reach up, all the way up. And then gently, little back bend with the cactus arms. Open your wings out to the side, palms up, before you again fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot back. Again, lower the knee. Inhale, raise up the arms. Eagle wrap left side, left arm underneath the right one. Wrap them up. Inhale to lift the chest and elbows. Exhale to curl in towards your ribs. Do it again. Inhale, lift. Exhale to curl in. This time, unwrap your arms. Reach the arms up, nice and big. And exhale to cactus your elbows. Open the wings, palms up. And gently, hands to the floor. Pick up the back knee and inhale. Puff the chest forward. Exhale to straighten through the front leg and fold. A little twist now. Left arm coming up as you lunge. Exhale, bring it back down. Straighten the leg and fold. Do it again. Inhale, lunge, twist. Exhale, bring it back down and fold. Last one. Inhale, lunge. Circle the arm backwards. Place a hand on the floor now. Three-legged dog. Left foot lifts up. Bend the knee, tilt the hip, and then one breath. Kick the leg out strong and exhale, knee to your nose. Pull it in nice and tight. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale to lizard, left foot outside your left hand. Make some circles with the hips. A little bit of movement. Feel it out. Investigate where the edges are and nice gentle application of your efforts. Sense of feeling, sense of intimacy and connection with the body. Testing boundaries but not going beyond. Another breath or two here. And gently, gently up into the squat. Right foot stepping outside your right hand, Malasana. So pelvic floor nice and strong as you reach Malasana. Maybe hands behind you, maybe hands out in front of you like a ballast. But roll your way down onto the floor, onto the back. Knees in for just a moment. And then again, rolling bridge. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale to lower back down. Really strong in the glutes here. Power the movement through the glutes. Curling the spine off the floor. Curling it back into the floor. Last round, and this time a little different. As the hips hit the deck, draw the right knee in. Kick your left leg out straight. And let's head towards a twist. So with your left hand, guide that right knee across your body into the twist. Open out your right shoulder and really concentrate on what's happening internally in the body here. Notice a deep sense of release to your belly, to your lower back, and deep into the right shoulder blade. Another couple of breaths here. With your inhale, bring the knees back up through center, give them a little squeeze, and then switch yourself onto the other side of the twist. Left knee comes in, and with your right hand, guide it across the body into the twist. Really nice and open through the chest. Last breath here. And then with an inhale, bring the knees back up through center. One more round of bridge, just for good measure. Feet on the floor. Inhale to lift the hips up. Exhale to bring them down. And do your best here. I know it's a little bit tricky, but hug the knees in, rock yourself back and forward, and then up into the squat as best as you can. Pull the chest forward. Belly in, chest up as you get there. Do your best. And then 2 hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Lower yourself all the way down until you're flat. Point the feet hard. Fire up the legs. Inhale, lift up the chest, cobra. Exhale to guide the chest back down. Take a couple more by yourself. 1 breath to 1 movement. Get a good sense of fluidity and rhythm. Last round. And as the chest comes down, push your way back to downward facing dog. 1 big breath there before we move into half pigeon. Slide your right shin up behind your wrists. Settle the hips down. Feel a deep sense of heaviness through your hips. Lift the chest, extend the spine. And then chest coming forward and down. We slow things down a little bit more here. A little bit more opportunity to slow your breathing down into a much more steady and cyclical pace. A little bit more opportunity now to slow your breathing down. Take it as delicately as you can into the body. And really try and let the exhale be as smooth as possible. Focus on the texture. And take a few more breaths here. Last big breath. And with an inhale, lift up your chest. Swing your back leg around to the top of the mat, or head towards seated twist here. So kick the left leg out straight. Put a bend into your right knee and step the right foot over the left leg. Find the sitting bones grounded. Right hand behind you, left hand up. And then exhale to twist. Hook your elbow around the leg, or even grab a hold of the knee if you like to. And then isolate the twist to the shoulders. Last big breath here. Onto a little counter twist. Bring the hands over to the left-hand side and drop the chest to the floor. One big breath. Inhale to lift up, and then I'm just going to switch onto the other side of half pigeon. Swing your right leg straight back. Now you might have to just organize yourself a little bit, faff around and get the left shin into the right spot for yourself. Sink your hips, lift the chest, and then bring the chest forward and down into half pigeon. Give yourself time, give yourself some space to settle into the shape. Let the body release at its own will. But you're guiding that process to happen through the way that you breathe. And it's all about the pattern, the rhythm, the pace, the texture. Focus your efforts there and tuck in for another little handful of breaths here. Last couple of breaths. With an inhale, lift up the chest. Swing your back leg around to the top of the mat. Seated twist, left side now. So left foot stepping over the right knee. Two heavy sitting bones. Spine tall, and then exhale to twist. Hook your right elbow around the knee. Left hand is behind you like a scaffolding for the spine. Really props it upright. And then rotate through your shoulders. Let the chest turn. We take breath, we let it settle. Last round here. Little counter twist off to the right. Hands come to the other side and drop the chest for a moment before then lifting back up. From there, simply swing both legs back, roll over the knees just as best as you can. Come back into down dog. With an inhale, come forward into high plank, drop the knees and lower yourself all the way down until you're flat. Once you've come to the floor, squeeze the glutes, press your pelvis into the floor and bend both knees. Hands next to the shoulders, and then lift the chest into a much stronger version of cobra. Breathe down into the belly here. Let the breath flow. Keep the glutes tight and lift the chest up through the shoulders. Just an option to lift the chin, but do be careful. Another breath or two here. And gently releasing the legs and the chest, super softly. Let's open up the chest from here. So extend the right arm directly out to the side of your mat, the hand in line with your shoulder, and roll onto your right side, roll onto your right hip. Let the left knee turn up to the ceiling, and let the knee really turn out to the side if you can. Once you've found your spot, really slow down your breathing and concentrate on relaxing through the lower back and deep into the belly space. A nice passive approach here, really soft and gentle. Just a few final breaths here. And with an exhale, release the chest to the floor and then come straight over onto the other side, the left arm sticking out to the side. Might scoot your hips in a little bit towards the middle of your mat and then turn onto your left hip. Again, just a nice delicate approach and very internalized with your attention, very sensitive to what's happening inside of your body. Take breath, go slow. Little pause here. With an exhale, release. Bring the chest down. Have a little wriggle of the lower back. Make sure everything's nice and loose. Little jiggle. And then one final time, lifting up the chest nice and high. The most exaggerated cobra in this practice. And just take a breath or two and then really gently release the chest back down to the floor. Pushing back through tabletop, keep your hips above your knees and let's find puppy pose. Walking the hands out in front of you and letting the chest come down towards the floor. Maybe the chin's untucked, maybe not. Concentrate on the middle of your back softening down towards the floor. 2 or 3 breaths only. Just as best as you can. Release. Maybe you go forward, maybe you go back. No wrong answer with it. Do it as gently as you can. And then find a kneeling position. Sit down onto the heels and lift up the chest. Go ahead and take your arms behind your back and either find reverse prayer or catch opposite elbows behind the back. Either way, draw the belly in, keep the core active, and start to lift the chest up, lower the shoulder blades, and squeeze the shoulder blades back. Nothing too forceful, but definitely active here. Final breath here. And then release. Raise both arms up towards the ceiling, and then bend your right elbow behind your head. Either place your left hand up on top of it and draw the elbow down, or find a full Gomukhasana grip, interlocking the left hand from the bottom. Start to lift the head a little bit into the arm and just emphasize that opening. A gentle feeling of the elbow or the arm kind of drawing into the side of the head. There's just a little bit of activity to keep the shoulder stable. Head lifting with really mild adjustments. And then release. And do the same thing to the other side. The left arm bending behind the head. Right hand either up on top or grabbing the other hand from the bottom. Make sure there's no real tension through the top of your shoulders in your traps. And we just take a few more breaths there. And go ahead and release. And from there, give yourself a wonderful hug. So round your upper back, wrap your arms around your shoulders, curl the spine at the top here just a little bit, and then release. Open the arms, cactus the arms, puff out the chest, and then switch it over. Different arm on the top, and give yourself a hug again. Open out the arms, open out the chest, cactus the arms, puff it out, and then release. Come down to child's pose, and we're going to use this as a resting position. If you'd prefer to be in Shavasana, you're absolutely more than welcome to be. Make it the comfiest child's pose you can if you're staying there, and really try and give yourself just a few moments to settle. Let the body take some rest. Reserve this time for yourself. Feel the body releasing heavily into the floor. Total release of all efforts, and simply spending a few moments with yourself in a sense of peace and harmony. I'll leave you here, but please continue to rest, and lots of love to you. Thanks for joining. I'll see you again next time.